Okay, it says we are live. Get that going. I thought I had it going. There we go.
We on?
Yep, we're on.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode, 63?
63.
Coffee and Bullshit. It's a lovely Saturday.
I think it's snowing a little bit outside, isn't it?
On and off. It's cold here again today. It was nice yesterday. Today's back down in the 20s.
It'll be 51 on Wednesday.
Today, tomorrow is the gun show at Kane County. Don't forget that. 7:30 to 1:30. My guess is it'll end a little bit early because Super Bowl's tomorrow.
So tell us a little bit about where you're at today.
So I was up. So our newest retailer is Kendall Meat Company in Yorkville. So if you want like the traditional butcher shop that has amazing steaks, amazing chops, amazing seafood, this is the place. The place was so awesome, but it's bright, it's clean, it's very modern. It's cool. Like you get to walk in, super brightly lit. All the awesome meat counters. If you remember back when we were kids, you went to the butcher shop to get your steaks and chops and stuff. This is it again, and the quality is impeccable. It's beautiful just walking in there and seeing all the great stuff. So it's in Yorkville. It's right next to the Home Depot. It's like a whole new row of shops there. That place is awesome. They've been a great retailer for us. They're blowing up our coffee there like crazy. We got
Warsaw Patriot.
Yep, and John from Hometown Trinity Heroes joining us. John sells a lot of our coffees at gun shows in Missouri mainly and Iowa. Go check out John's page. He put his link up there. He's all about supporting veterans as well. So John's been a great partner of ours.
John, do you go down to Oskaloosa? I know they have gun shows there. I know they're not too big, but I mean they're. I've been to the one down in Oskaloosa.
I think John's at a gun show today.
Is he?
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. But yeah, if you guys want, it's worth the drive to go down, even if you're not close. Go down to Yorkville. Go pick up some amazing meat. Oh man, the sirloins, the tomahawks. They have the huge tomahawks in there with the huge bone sticking out of it. You know, it's like a giant lamb chop, but they're amazing. I haven't eaten a tomahawk steak yet, but everybody raves
Isn't
about
a tomahawk just a prime?
I think it's like the prime it's like the prime
else.
like ribeye almost like, but beef. Or someone wants to know if he wants to chat with us, guys.
If you want to chat with us, we'll take. I'll put an invitation out here. If you want to, we'll be more than happy to chat with anybody out there on Facebook or YouTube. Let me see. Did I copy? And then you just do this.
Oh, he throws, yeah, John. That's right. You throw tomahawks. Dude, when you see this tomahawk steak, you will not throw this thing, man. It looks so good. All their meats are marbled perfectly. So whatever the best cut of meat is it prime? Prime is the best cut, right? I always get confused between prime and choice.
I don't know.
I think prime's the best cut of meat, but I think everything in there is prime. They're the most beautiful steaks sitting there. The place is insanely busy. People are walking out there. They have briskets, they have shrimp, they have salmon, they have crab legs, they have oysters, they have clams. It's beautiful. They have the amazing lunch meats too. They have all the great lunch meats and great cheeses.
Yeah.
It's like, and they have a cooler full of like amazing desserts they made. They made all these dips, which I didn't get a chance. I was mad. They had a dip that was made had jerky in it, green onions, all this other stuff. It was going like crazy, and I was so busy giving out samples, I didn't get a chance to grab a couple for us, which makes me mad because I wanted it for Super Bowl.
Well, and let's not forget, we got the other retailers, Range 355, Second Amendment in Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, McHenry. Fox Valley Gun Range.
D5
out in Marengo.
Gat Guns in Dundee.
Elgin Dundee. I don't know.
Elgin Dundee. Yeah, it's like right in the border.
Whatever, it's on 25.
Yeah.
If you know Gat Guns, you know Gat Guns.
We got Ace Hardware in Geneva.
Yep. Next weekend Sunday we'll be out at the Ace Hardware in Yorkville.
Yep, we'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be
there on Sunday from like
10 to 1.
From like 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon.
No, 10 to 1.
I think 8 to 5.
We also have on the east side of Geneva.
Oh yes.
Oh man, I forgot the name of the place, but it's on the east side of Geneva. They sell
trading cards.
All
your Pokemon,
Magic. Yeah. They got a bunch of stuff. Used to be, if anybody remembers, old Daddy and Me or something. Dad and Me used to be by Dairy Queen. guy I know, Carl, he bought them out, set up a place right by
It's up by Kirk Road.
yeah,
Right?
it's up by Kirk Road.
Past the McDonald's.
The name is going.
Check on our website. It's all on our website. Our
Yeah.
page, where to buy. You can go on there and see it. What else? We're missing some.
Yeah, we're missing some. We got some out of state ones.
There we got Thunder Alley. We have 3 in South Dakota.
Thunder Alley is in.
Come on,
Where are
man.
they at?
I want to say Nebraska, but it's not. Yeah, look at our website.
Yeah, gotta look at our website.
The good news is we're getting enough retailers that we forget where they're at and who they are.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I mean, we're doing good. We do little mom and pop places. Warsaw will be with you in just a second. Anybody else who wants to join in can come. My collector kids.
My collector's kid.
kids. Yeah,
I think that's it, right?
yeah, that's the name of it. Amanda knows.
Good Amanda knew.
Yes, lucky she's there to save us.
My collector's.
My collector's kid.
Is it my
or kids?
collector's kids or my collector's kid?
Well, go over there, see Carl, say hi to him. He carries the coffee over there, unless he probably drank it all. We don't know yet. All right, we're gonna add Warsaw Patriot. He's got a new meme on a little. That's kind of neat.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Yeah, you're talking about my logo.
Yeah, your logo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a resistance fighter of 1944, Polish resistance.
I can't see it.
Yeah, my one of my friends, Trey from Ghost Tactical, actually helped me put it together.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Tell everybody about Warsaw Patriot. Introduce yourself.
All right, former Democrat, now pro freedom, pro Second Amendment. I'm a big history buff. I know about Second World War history and some other things. But yeah, I'm Polish by heritage, of course. Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of American gun rights.
So you probably know a lot of the Polish swear words then.
Kuva.
Yeah, kuva,
Yeah.
kuva ma.
I know them all because two kids from Poland moved into our neighborhood when we were kids, went to school with them, and that's the first thing they taught us was all the swear words.
Yeah.
So you said you were a former Democrat?
Yeah, I was. I supported Obama when I was a kid.
So what caused the change?
I'd say around high school, maybe early 20s, I started to realize all the gun control lies is all bullshit. And, the only person that's responsible for your own life is yourself, not the government, not the state government, yourself.
I agree with that.
Yeah, agree with it. Yeah. I mean, if you're unarmed, then we're just a bunch of sheep anyway. I mean,
and realization, cops can't always be there when they're needed. It takes about minutes to hours just for them to arrive.
correct.
Right. They don't prevent crime. They enforce the laws after the crime's been committed, typically.
Correct.
That's not their fault. They can't always be there and present all the time, right?
Yeah.
So
Right. So you got to protect yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at other countries that don't have.
we're just talking about this.
Yep, we were just talking. Don't have a Second Amendment or
Right.
guns.
Every country that doesn't allow their citizens to have guns, basically
Canada.
Canada,
Canada,
Well,
Australia.
yeah, you saw what they're doing now because now they're going to start arresting the truckers who are protesting. That's the next move is start arresting them, and make them almost like domestic terrorists, like they tried doing here.
What do you do with all the vehicles then? We got to move them.
Tow
out.
them. They're going to just tow the
That's
shit
a
out of them.
lot of.
But
tow
my
trucks.
thing is though, I don't think they're going to be able to tow them because I think a lot of the tow truck drivers are going to say no.
Yeah.
They're going to be part of the protest and say no. It's enough.
A lot of the Canadian police are even against what the government's been doing over the past decade.
Sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, a lot of our police here are against all the laws. It was the greatest thing ever was when they first pushed all the mask mandate and said their businesses had to shut down. They had to wear masks. All seven sheriff's departments and police departments said we're not going to enforce these laws. So you can make whatever mandate you want. We're not going to enforce it. We're not writing tickets. We're not arresting people for not wearing masks in their personal business.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I always get a good laugh. I still see people driving around with masks in their car by himself. I just don't get.
I mean, I've done it once because I walked out of a place, forgot that I was wearing my mask, and jumped in the car for about 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, get that off.
Yeah.
That's the only time it's ever happened. But
So, what's your thoughts on Ukraine going on?
Ukraine, I'm kind of devil's advocate at this point on it. Should we help out the Ukrainians? Maybe. At the same time, though, we'd be at the issue where we had that, what was it, Black Hawk Down when Somalia?
Yeah,
At the same time, though, I see a repeat of the Second World War, like where we had Japan and Germany. Now we got Russia and China.
Yeah.
Russia, China, Korea, North Korea, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean,
Korea's just going to be a thorn because it's a great time to go after us, right? Because we're busy over there.
Yeah, but I think we do have to intervene, put a foot in the sand, and tell the Russians to fuck off.
Wow.
I mean, literally, they've been authoritarian on other neighboring nations, and believe it or not, Belarus has actually sided with the Russians over any part of Europe.
right. Belarus is just another part of Russia that just has it by name because Belarus.
Yeah, and what's the president's name? Lushenko.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The guy is literally pro-Soviet government.
Oh yeah. I mean, they want to bring back the old Warsaw Pact. You know, as your name.
I mean, you're not going to. The thing is, Russia's not going to stop. They've been going after the same thing for how many years now?
8 years.
Right. During the Sochi Olympics, they marched into Crimea towards the end of the Sochi Olympics. So that's why everybody's thinking it's going to happen again now as we're coming to the end of the Olympics. That's what they're going to do again.
Right. Not interrupt our Chinese counterparts. You know, let them have their little glory.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if we can. Go ahead.
The crazy thing is, a lot of the Georgians, you know, from the Georgian-Russian war that happened back in 2008,
Yeah.
a lot of them actually stepped in during the Ukrainian conflict and told the Ukrainians we're going to back you up against the Russian invaders.
I mean, I don't think you're ever going to stop. Russia's going to keep coming because they want that. It's too valuable, right? That port in Ukraine is way too valuable to them.
The land in Ukraine is
Whatever.
important.
Yeah,
It's
whatever
a
else-
nice buffer.
Yeah, my guess is too. There's a whole lot of unmined land there
Mm-hmm.
that they know either there's uranium, there's diamonds, there's gold, there's nickel, there's lithium, whatever the hell is there. It's unmined, so there's a whole bunch of wealth there. Plus, you get the access to the world through that seaport.
Well, what was it? Even wasn't it Germany that's accepting the oil pipeline through
Yeah.
Europe?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Germany's the backbone and literally the thorn of the rest of Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood that. And then they actually told the NATO to actually go, not accept their Javelin missiles, and they told them go fuck off, go to Poland.
All right, we're gonna bring in John. Let's see what we've never done this before, so
All right, we'll see if we can bring two in.
let's see if we can bring.
I don't know.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what
It says device is not connected.
Device is not connected. Their mic and camera before
I don't know why.
you
this
can
is-
add to the stream.
Oh,
So you have to, John. You have to somehow
so it's got to be his phone's not picking it up.
picking it up.
I don't know if you're on your laptop. If you're on a laptop,
Your phone should be able to do
your
it.
phone should be
because-
do automatically.
Yeah, we've done it before.
Unless you have your mic on mute or something, it won't do it.
Yeah, it won't even let me bring you in. Kick from studio. Dan, no, I'm not sure.
We're learning too.
Yeah, we're learning this.
This is we've never done two people at the same time.
No, we never have. I mean,
Yeah.
we can. I think we can do it up to 3, right? On
Yeah.
this
I
thing.
don't know why it's not. It's got to be something on John's phone.
Yeah.
Who knows if you got the volume down on your thing or you got the mic turned off on your phone. I don't know.
All right, we'll take you off the studio and try again, right?
Oh,
Well, because I won't prevent this
No.
person.
John, we're gonna kick you off. We're not. Just try it again. We'll send you the link again. Who knows?
Yeah,
Try it again. And
I thought, or because or maybe we can't do 2 at the same. I don't know.
who knows? We'll learn.
Because let's see, if I hit this button, ooh, that's kind of strange. Oh, that's not bad like that.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll just play with this stuff a little bit. We'll see how it goes. So, what else you been up to? I mean,
I just posted a video today in honor of 5 brothers in the Tui community that passed away this early of 2022. 2 of them happened to be vets.
oh really? Huh.
Yeah, one was Willie Bulletman. He was in California. He was a Army Ranger, and we lost. What was his name? Hold up. You probably have heard of him. Troy Yoakum.
Troy sounds familiar.
He was part of the Active Heroes charity.
Okay, yeah. There's
Yeah, he
So-
passed away as well.
So were you ever in the military then?
No, I was not.
All right.
But
I couldn't
just,
remember.
I'm big connected with the 2A community, and some just it's hard for five brothers just to pass away and just realize kind of lost a part of yourself and your family.
Right. Condolences to the family.
Yeah.
So what they can find you on your YouTube channel?
Yep. You can find me on there.
All right. You want to tell everybody what they want to look for if they want to see?
In tribute and honor of the five brothers that we lost early 2022. God rest their souls and respects to the families.
All right. And that's on the Warsaw
Warsaw Patriot channel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could, if you want, you can make me a mod. I can just drop it in the side chat.
Yeah, you can. You want to put it in there? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Feel more than happy to do that. What's this? Trying to get my mic to work. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, John, when you get it, we'll just click the link again and we'll get you in here.
yeah. I mean, every phone's a little different. Everything here is a little different.
So when it's not the memorial on your YouTube channel, what can people go there and see? What's the channel all about?
2A content, where you're talking about like, European politics if you want, or just anything. I'm small fry. I'm not like the big YouTubers, you could say.
Right. So what do people here in America not know about European politics that they should know?
The difference in culture and everything else, as well as like the gun laws, you could say. There's only a few countries in Europe that are, gun related. Like the Czech Republic last year actually announced that they actually have a Second Amendment in their constitution.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about
Is it as
that.
wide open as ours, or is it narrow?
That I would not know. But I knew it was a privilege before it actually became a right in their country.
Oh,
Right.
so
Yeah,
what other countries allow citizens to have guns?
Italy,
Yeah.
Hungary, I think, maybe Serbia, maybe.
I want to say I think England you can have a shotgun, but I sent Brian a link. Remember that the guy made a levered action assault weapon that was it wasn't an assault weapon. Sorry, it was a levered action belt fed.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, with 38 caliber rounds.
Yeah.
And it's like
It was a bullpup platform. Too.
Yeah, on a bullpup.
I was like, he made it out of an H&K. I'm like, it seems like he went backwards on an H&K. He took a $10,000 gun, turned it into a lever action gun. I didn't really get it.
Yeah. But in England, that they can have lever action.
They did it to make it legal.
I
thought you sent me a video.
And it's not a magazine fed; it is belt
fed. So it's not a high capacity magazine.
Right.
So Washington just passed a ban on high capacity magazines. Washington State did.
Washington State did?
Yeah, they did.
Washington State just passed the ban.
And what was it? California also announced that their AR platform that's not an assault weapon, it has a belt-fed system. They just announced that it's an assault weapon.
That it is or it isn't?
It is now.
Because if it's belt-fed?
It's California. You know what? They're always going to pull something.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's funny in England the belt-fed got around the high-capacity magazine, and in California they've already. They're smart enough to head it off at the pass before people started using that as the loophole, right?
Well, yeah, because I remember when I was in California with my dad, they actually had a Russian belt-fed gun you could buy.
So what's the limit on capacity in California? Is it 8 or 10?
10 round magazine.
So I want to know how did they decide 10? 10 wasn't high capacity. Like you get 10 shots off, that's not high capacity. But 11, you're going that's a felony.
One too many.
We can only kill 10 at a time. You can't kill 11 at a time. So was that just a final negotiation back and forth? And because that's pretty good if you're like 10. 10's not bad for a handgun, right? That's not bad.
Well, the majority there in their Senate is all Democrats. But it's slowly turning in some areas back to some Republicans gaining power.
The problem is you got to repeal a whole bunch of laws by the time they get there, and can they get it done during their term, which will never happen.
If it becomes more Republican like it did back in the 70s and 80s.
There's so many conservatives. So I was in San Diego. It's funny. My brother's a transplant from here to there, and most everybody I met was conservative. So there's a lot of cells and there's a lot of undercover conservatives
Correct.
all throughout California, and it's very strange that it's so heavily Democrat when there's so many undercover conservatives.
When you get out of the big cities, it's pretty much conservative, but the big cities holds more Democrats.
And
It's
almost
like
everybody,
Chicago.
and almost everybody owns several guns and several ARs. The people that are
Right, but they
to
gotta-
certain levels of income success don't have one or two; they have several massive collections. I saw one or two massive collections.
Well, you need at least 3 or 4 ARs.
Well, you gotta have two hands for God's sakes.
Well, that too. Plus, if one breaks down, you got spare parts.
Listen,
You have your long barrel AR. You have a short barrel AR. You have an AR that's in a 9, an AR that's a heavy barrel, then the light barrel.
so I don't know anybody that owns one gun. Either owns 0 guns or many guns.
No. You start off with one gun.
Right. They're like tattoos.
Yes.
You know. But I said I know people who have 0 guns, but I don't know anybody that has one gun. Everybody I know has at least one gun, has several guns. There's John.
Correct.
Now you can let him in.
All right, Warsaw. We're gonna talk to you later.
You can leave him on.
Well, let's see. Okay, let's see if we can do this.
There you go.
All right.
John,
There we
we
go.
got you. John, can you hear us? John.
There should be a mic option there.
Yeah. Let's see.
Unmute. No, it's on.
It's on now. You can speak.
John. We're not getting him. Who knows?
Let's see.
John, can you hear us?
Oh, John, we can't do sign language from here. We can't see it.
Oh well. We're trying.
Here, Warsaw. I'm gonna remove you for a minute and see what happens.
That's fine.
I'll just-
Thank you for joining us. John.
John, can you hear us?
Testes, 1, 2. Not muted, right?
No, it's not muted. No, because this would be muted.
Yeah. Okay. John, we're trying. I don't know. We'll get it figured
Oh, wait a
out.
second. What's this? No, that's solo. What happens if we do this?
Then it's going to be just him.
Hello, John. You're live? Okay, I see what we did.
I see what you did too.
I see what I did.
You broke it. You broke
We
it.
broke it.
John can hear us. John, we can't hear you though. Something's up with your mic.
Is it an Apple phone?
Oftentimes here on Gun Barrel Coffee, we experience technical difficulties. Someday we'll have it figured out and we won't have any issues anymore. But until that time, Huh? Nope. Don't know what it is.
We know the
John.
link worked because Warsaw here. We'll bring him. We'll bring Warsaw back in if he's still on.
Ah, so you're working.
So he's working.
Don't know why we can't get John on. John says his mic is on.
Huh. I don't know. I mean, everything here is good. I mean, what's this? What's this thing? Edit mic setting. Nope, that's good. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Don Bozzi. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for Ramble Ray joining us. Linda Steele.
Oh yeah, and don't forget he sells PTSD woodworking craft, right? If I remember correctly, I can't see the thing from here. The little scoops he sells.
The super awesome coffee scoops.
You should go grab one and show people.
Why would we do that? That would make sense.
That would make sense. John, you're still on here. Oh, private chat time. Let's see. This is weird. Yes, it is. It's don't know why it's not working on your end. Because I mean, Warsaw, what are you using? Just your phone or computer? Computer. Yeah, we've had people use their phones. Yeah, we've had people use their phones on this. We tested it, me, you, and Omar.
Yeah,
all on our phones.
All right, let's see if I don't know where all the cameras are, but
so
this is part of what Warsaw Patriot makes.
No,
or I'm sorry, sorry. I'm losing my mind today. Sorry.
PTSD creation.
PTSD woodworking crafts. You can see all. I don't know if the camera focuses when I don't have my hand there, but they're awesome.
Yeah, he does really good woodworking. And we can't forget about Patriotic Frog
Sorry.
too. They do a lot of good woodworking stuff. He makes plaques.
Check them out.
Uh,
Can you see it? I can see it. There you go. All awesome, cool stuff like that. People love these things. Available in our shop.
and they're coffee scoopers. Just to make sure you know. They look like,
There's scoopers for anything you want to use them for.
yeah. You can scoop little ice cream,
I think they're what, 1.5
melon.
pounds? There should be 1.5 pounds.
Oh, make melon balls. I don't know why. This sounds good.
I don't think so.
No.
I think you'll come out with trapezoids.
You know what? You can pour a little whiskey in there and use it as a.
It's probably 1.5
Okay.
pounds. That's usually what a scoop is, or
Is
1
it?
ounce.
I don't know.
I don't know. So much we know about all these products.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we got.
I like to do it at night. I like to sleep with my eyes. Gets rid of the puffiness. I don't sleep. You can use it as a test your reflexes on your knee.
Alexander Graham Bell.
Alexander Graham Bell or Alexander Graham Bell.
Yeah, one of those two.
555-222 in New York, please. Play drums. Yeah, all sorts of uses.
I tried on the computer to start with. Huh. I need.
John can hear us, but can't hear him.
Yeah.
John, you need one of these coffee scoops. You absolutely do.
Yeah. It'd make your mic work. We think. It could be.
You could be like an old timey announcer. Well, then
Old-timey.
come down the final stretch. 7 furlongs to go.
Don, put your website down.
Put your
on
website
there.
up there, Don.
Let people see it.
You guys on Instagram see these?
Yeah, I think Instagram. I don't
It's
know.
too far away. Can't tell. How
It
far
is,
they are.
but you just zoom in, you'll see it.
I hate because when I watch on my phone, it's always like a 2 or 3 second delay, so I can't see at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So it's very weird. It's very weird to watch myself after I do stuff. It's like a glitch in the matrix.
Oh.
Let's see.
Oh,
Oh, you
okay.
just kick. What'd you do? Kick him
I
out?
didn't kick him out. He kicked himself out.
John's on Android. I don't know why it's not working. Who knows?
Who knows? At first, when I see John, I'm thinking of Slayton.
Yeah.
You know, he's popping on.
Oh, people joining us. Kay Widmeyer, Kay Bryant, Bill Shaw Harrington, Linda Steele. Fitbot is always a big
All
supporter.
right, John, can you hear us
Ray's
now?
on there.
Rambling.
John, testing.
Remember, if you guys don't know him, check out his podcast. Check him out on AM 890. He's on there, right? 890, 870. Shoot, I can't remember. Well, listen to him. Everybody remembers him.
Just
back
Google
in the day.
Ramblin' Ray.
Yeah, back in the day.
He was on
he used-
US 99 forever.
forever.
Right. So you know Ramblin' Ray already. So now he's at a different station. Go Google him. You'll find out exactly where he's at and how to get on him. Go watch his podcast, I'm sure.
He's
It's not
has
hard.
his own
He's,
podcast.
he's not buried on Google. If you put his name in, you'll find him pretty
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah, just look for the really good-looking guy with good hair.
Not me.
No, not
Although,
me either.
I have a very good
Got
forehead.
covered up with a hat.
I have a 5 head.
You got your dad's hair.
You know what they say about big foreheads? Big hats.
Big hats.
Giant hats.
So,
Go on.
what did you think about Yellowstone?
I loved it.
It's the best show ever. There's way more killing than Sopranos.
I don't think so. I don't think there was as many killings. as The Sopranos.
You get sick of his redheaded daughter Beth.
I like her.
You get the
You
hair.
like her?
It's so over the top ridiculous. You're like, we get that you're playing a bitch, and that's the role she's playing. But it gets to the point like, all right, it's enough.
But she's playing the role of if she was a man, she'd just be ruthless.
I disagree.
I think her brother is more ruthless than her.
Right. I hate the brother that's like the Jamie guy. He's so much of a pussy. I can't stand.
Right. He's kind of playing like
But-
Fredo.
But I don't know. Right. So I don't know.
He's kind of playing Fredo.
Is it because they're playing the role so good that's why you hate him so bad because you're supposed to hate him? Or is it just so over the top you're like, all right, nobody's this weak or nobody's this hardcore of a bitch? Like she would have been done long ago. Nobody would put up with her bullshit.
But she's making companies money.
Yeah. What's funny is who's the head ranch hand?
Done.
Yeah. No. With the dark hair. No chick like that dude when he had red hair. I always liked him as an actor. I thought he was awesome. I didn't even recognize it was the same guy. And then like there's a whole bunch of TikToks like where chicks are always like, no. Like when all the old pictures of him when he had red hair, it's like, no. Now with black hair, like, oh my God, he's so hot. But I liked him as an actor when he had red hair. I thought he was always good.
I'm trying to think who
He
that
was cool as shit. But
He
I
had
didn't,
red hair?
I didn't even recognize him as the same guy. Yeah. Rip.
Rip.
Yeah, when he had red hair.
Rip.
He was in a bunch of movies before. He's always a good actor. But I didn't even recognize it was the same guy.
No, well, they all look so different because they have, beard. The guy, the black guy who plays the hand, he is funny. When they're the only black guy is on the show.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of
Yeah, I
funny
can't
parts he was in.
But him and the girl from Texas.
Right. Well, what's the funny thing is they make Jimmy oh, he's so desirable. Like that, he's got 6 women, super hot women fighting over him. Like, my wife's like, I mean, I like it. I like his personality, but it's not like a guy to be like, oh my god.
The crazy thing is about that scene in Texas, that ranch that he's working, that's actually a real ranch.
Yeah.
4-6s.
I was just, oh well, that was funny. And then the ranch they shoot Yellowstone on is actually a real ranch too. It's not as big as what it is in the show, but it's like $1,500 a night or something ridiculous. You get like the whole barn, like the barn the major barn is actually fixed up. And it's like a really nice 2-bedroom suite thing, but it's like $1,500 a night to go stay and play and ride and rope. It's like a dude ranch.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going and doing a dude ranch thing one day.
I'm good. Saddle. I've ridden horses for plenty of times, and it's like, if you want to get sore and you want to be, if you ride all the time, it's great. If you don't ride and you go riding for a couple hours, when you go rope cattle, that's not easy riding. It's not trail riding. That's hard riding.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll be sore and
we'll
raw.
get the cowboy hats on.
We were sore and raw from a day at Great America walking around when we got wet. We were in the parking lot with goddamn spraying ourselves down because we were both so raw and chafed. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was. We were teenagers then.
Yeah. I rode horseback for a week.
Now we're close to our 50s. We should be able to handle it with no problem.
Right, my back, my ass, my thighs, I'd be down for 3 days after, for 4 days after, sore as hell.
Come on, you want to take that rope and you're going to try to go like this.
I've done that.
See?
I've roped. I've not roped in a competition, but my buddy I worked with, he was a healer. He was just a suburban kid who started healing, bought a horse, started healing and heading. And so we went out to his thing one day just to go try it. It's hard as hell.
Yeah.
It's a super talent. If you can ride and
is that what those special horses were?
Yes. Yeah.
They
have horses that are just set up for healing and
right.
and heading because they have to learn because they don't get spooked. They run alongside the cattle. You have to learn how to stop quick. So it's a hell of a thing to ride a horse no-handed, have the rope in your hand, and be able to hit someone's heels.
But I wanted to be like John Wayne, put the rings in my mouth and 2 lever action weapons and just fire them off on the horse.
Yep.
From True Grit.
Good luck.
Put a patch on too.
Yeah.
Die, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Coffee cures all. We agree, John.
Coffee cures all.
Yeah, after 4 days of riding, you'll be like, we'll just drink a lot of coffee. I'll pour it on my chapped ass.
That's why you wear chaps.
No, chaps are assless. Chaps are assless. No, you wear chaps to, who knows? Because they look funny.
I think they just protect
so
you from the horse.
It's because you don't wear your pants. You don't wear all your pants. Because back in the day, you only had one pair of pants.
Yeah.
And you couldn't destroy them riding all day.
Now, how about 1883?
It's been boring.
It gets better.
And they don't have maps. And apparently they don't have maps. Because the last episode we just watched the river. Well, if you go east, if you go west, that's when by this time after the Civil War, we had really great maps, and we had really great maps, especially of Texas. We fought the Mexican-American War all through Texas. They knew where all the rivers were. They were making maps like crazy. They printed massive amounts of maps during the Civil War.
Maybe they're just too expensive.
No, they can afford a wagon. If you can afford a wagon and everybody has a beautiful pearl-handled 6-shooter on their hip, or 2 of them, and a really beautiful belt, which I love because everybody's poor, but everybody has really nice guns. Everybody has really nice belts, really nice boots, really nice hats. All these poor people who are wagon training, they can't afford.
They didn't all have all nice stuff on.
They all did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, and the girl, the best is the one, their daughter, or Faith Hill's daughter.
Yeah,
she's wearing her nicest dress, out riding on the prairie every day. Because of course you wear your Sunday best when you're out riding wagon train. She's dressed like she's going to church. People then had one nice outfit that you wore for church on Sundays only, and that's it.
Right, but women back then wore dresses.
Yeah, but they didn't wear the corsets and the most beautiful clean dress out riding on the prairie. She's wearing her Sunday best riding on the prairie.
For
because,
a little for
because it
for,
makes
for
her
like
look good for the show.
2 episodes, then she gets pants.
Yeah, because it makes her look good for the show, right? They were trying to pimp her out so she looks good for the new cowboy she met. Women were just as rough, back then as dudes were when they're out on wagon train and riding the prairie.
Yeah.
They didn't have their hair done and they weren't powder and shit.
Well, it is TV show, so
I know, but I like the realism.
Yeah.
Not everybody was carrying around two 6-shooters on their hip. Most people had a rifle. That's what they had. They carried a rifle.
Why not 2 6-shooters? I mean, they weren't that expensive.
They were expensive.
No.
The nickel-plated ones were, yes.
They were
Yeah, well-
super expensive, especially compared to what a day's wage was. They were super expensive. That's why Winchester most went out of business and went bankrupt because nobody could afford his damn repeating revolver because he couldn't make them fast enough to make them cheap enough. So it wasn't until Colt came and basically bought him out and took over the company. They got him down to be affordable. They could start mass producing to where you could afford them. That wasn't until like early 1900s.
What was that other company? Smith & Wesson that made the
Mhm.
Schofield?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Schofields.
Yeah, they were super expensive because it wasn't like you had a machine shop on every corner. You had a few shops that could actually manufacture those parts and forge those parts.
Yeah, but still, Colt was like the gun to get, right?
Yeah.
Remingtons, your 1873s.
Yeah, but think about what it took
Colt-
to make.
Colt
Think about what it
Armies,
took to make a
Navies.
gun back then. You had to have a forge. You couldn't just make metal. So you had a forge that could harden metal. Then you have a shop that could actually drill out all that stuff, hone it, polish it, make it beautiful. That was super expensive equipment, and that's if you had electricity.
I don't know,
Most of that stuff was all done by hand. If it hard
Yeah.
blade, though.
Right. So imagine how hard it was to drill that shit.
that's why most of the stuff was made up in Connecticut area with the rivers that used the paddles to power up their.
Right. So we didn't have the distribution network like we have now.
No.
So imagine if a gun's made in Connecticut to get it to Texas back then, do you know how much that was and how expensive it was? It was a long travel, and it cost a lot to have a horse pull. You have to have a team of horses to pull wagons that could carry a load to bring enough weapons to places. So that was not cheap.
Well,
Wait,
what was it for houses? Like it would be like what, $5,000 a year set back
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah. So I mean, imagine back then what was a day's wage? You couldn't. It wasn't $1. It was less than $1. So
We'll have to look it up. What the price of a
I think they were $8 to $10 for a gun for a while. I think that was what it was, $8 to $10, and that was like a week or 2 weeks worth of wages back then, or 3 weeks.
and how much were the cartridges then? Right, you'd have to buy that.
Yeah, expensive because
Right.
think about how much it took to make cartridges.
Right.
You didn't have a huge machine shop pressing them out.
No.
You had some dude with probably an English hammer, rolling brass or lead, whatever they were steel they were making them out of back then. Like those are all hand hammered shell casings probably when they originally came out, and probably the shell for a Colt only worked in a Colt. It didn't work in a Winchester because they probably all used
No, they used 4570.
but they were probably all just a little bit different because they probably didn't all you have the same drill bit. They probably didn't drill them all to the same tolerances. So like Winchester made cartridges for Winchesters. Smith & Wesson made cartridges for Smith & Wesson. I bet it was a pain in the ass back then.
There probably was, but I think everything got kind of standardized after the Civil War.
I think it took a while.
It took a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, still, your 4570 is going to work on something that's a 4570.
Maybe. Remember, even tools back then weren't really calibrated great. If you get 2 school rulers now, they're not the same. I know because we just bought my kids school rulers and I put them next to each other, and their markings aren't even the same.
Where they made them.
Of course, probably China. But like an inch on one is an inch and an eighth, or inch and 2/8 on the other. I can't remember how far off it was. I'm like, well, that's crazy. Like it's that far off. And so but they make up the offness because it's still got to only be 12 inches,
Right.
So they make it up somewhere in the middle. So you never know like which one's correct. I'm like, but you put them next to each other, they're not even the same. And so
That's crazy.
So imagine back then, they did what they did. Not everybody was educated. So teaching someone how to measure something they probably used templates, so they didn't have to read a ruler or read a measure, or read a micrometer.
Yeah. Use templates to.
Right. You had to cut out a template So because people couldn't read a micrometer or couldn't use a micrometer, most
I
people
don't think
couldn't
they would
read.
even have a micrometer back then.
It wasn't a micrometer; it's the calipers. I can't remember what those are called.
Yeah,
It's calipers, but they have the design. So they took that, they made a template, right? That template was used a whole bunch of times, probably wore down, bent after a while, so it wasn't always perfect. So the tolerances were crazy.
depending on the steel too, what you can get.
Right.
So
And at that time, people weren't very scrupulous in their manufacturing, right? Steel was short. Well, we'll throw some tin in there. We'll throw some nickel in there, copper in there, whatever we can just to make it. And so you might put a round in and it's not ready to handle the load or the pressure of that cartridge.
possibly. I mean,
I don't think possibly. I think probably quite often.
it'd be interesting to live back then if you can't, like if you can go back in time.
I bet a lot of guns injured a lot of.
Oh yeah,
oftentimes injured the shooter.
possibly. Yeah, maybe it didn't cock all the way, and then it hits
Faulty parts, bad things weren't working.
It'd be interesting. It'd be interesting to ask somebody who has more knowledge.
I'm sure during the Civil War, many muskets blew up on the shooter.
Probably because they didn't clean them properly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
They didn't
It's
clean it
black
properly.
powder.
Right. You're out and you're just fighting, right? Or you're out in the wilderness all the time. Shit gets wet. Shit gets dirty.
Shit gets stuck in there.
Right. You're picking up somebody else's weapon if you need to because yours went to shit. Parts were crazy back then.
But it was nice during the Civil War. They did, they had those pouches. You had everything contained in one. Rip it, put it in there.
Up at Harper's Ferry, they were manufacturing weapons like crazy.
Right.
But even there, they said no two guns would come out of the line the same.
Well, yeah, it wasn't until Ford kind of came around,
right,
and standardized.
Right. So even like there was a lot of rejects, I guess, from there was Harper's Ferry, and I can't remember the other place where they were making most of the guns. I know Harper's Ferry because I have the one with the stamp on it.
Yeah, I know.
And they were making there, and I can't remember the other armory was where they were making a lot, but like two guns. So a gun for Harper's Ferry and a gun from here wouldn't come out the same. So that was a big issue too for them because like parts weren't always interchangeable.
Correct.
Right. The hammer from this wouldn't fit on this gun, not because they weren't made the same, but the tolerances were different. So it wouldn't quite fit this one, wouldn't quite fit that one. So it was a pain in the neck.
Well, it's even today with your ARs. I mean, almost everything can be internally
right.
can be used on
it makes
other.
It
almost
sure makes it much easier, right?
Right.
It's like that this magazine will fit in this gun.
Your bolt breaks, you get a new one. It fails.
But even look how much difference there are in weapons now. Even now between the companies, it's their fight where they try to be proprietary on their stuff, somewhat proprietary.
Somewhat. I mean, some do magazines that are proprietary.
But the Glock magazine doesn't fit in my Beretta. They're both 9mm, but they don't make them interchangeable.
Right.
So that's just them holding on to their market share. Right.
But who makes most of the magazines now?
China somewhere?
Nope. Italy.
Italy.
Medgar is an Italian company. They make like 80% of all the magazines in the world.
Really? Just white label them for everybody?
Pretty much, yeah.
They obviously got it figured out down there, and that was the easiest way to ramp up and meet capacity. Yeah. Although we're not meeting capacity anywhere with guns right now.
No.
Ammo shortage still.
Truck drivers in Canada still holding on.
Well, the best thing was 6 months ago, Winchester came out with the video like, all right, we've taken over the company. We revamped the whole assembly line. Ammo's going to be coming out like crazy. They put all this ammo out, and they're like, all right, we need to recall that because all that's bad. Don't shoot that ammo. Bring it back. It's over. We recall all the stuff we just made that we said was going to end the ammo shortage. It's all bad. Bring it back.
That was Winchester too.
Yeah, it was Winchester again, right? Winchester's had the most crazy history of any company, I think, ever. The widow down in North Carolina went insane, right? And started building the house and with dead-end stairways to avoid the ghosts.
Yeah.
To stop the ghosts and like
to confuse the ghost or something
right.
weird.
There was massive fights over the fortune at the end. It really wasn't a fortune anymore. That company's
I think they've gone bankrupt like twice, haven't they? 2 or 3 times?
I think, yeah, probably more than that. Just crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. I like seeing old companies though that are 100-year-olds. Somehow the name survives and makes it and lives.
Look at Beretta. Beretta's over 400.
Is it 400?
Yeah.
So what were they making initially? Arrows?
No, they were making guns.
400 years ago?
Yeah. Muskets.
In 1600?
Yeah. I think they're one of the oldest companies around still.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's probably more blunderbuss back then.
Yeah, you like a blunderbuss.
I think everything was a blunderbuss back then. I think you just shove in there whatever you can, throw some gunpowder before, and then throw whatever you can in there and point the trigger over there. You can't hit shit with it. You got to be right next to the guy.
Yeah.
I told you one of my favorite videos is a guy. They took like a little mock thing of a barn,
Mm-hmm.
put it out, and they took a Civil War musket before it was rifled and one after rifled. And this guy was a marksman, and they're like, you can't hit the broadside of a barn with an unrifled musket, and he couldn't. Man, that ball that came out,
Right.
it went a different direction every time.
That's why they had everybody line up in a straight line,
Yeah,
fire upon each other.
well, that's why when Kevin Costner rode in front of the whole line like 3 times and like couldn't get shot. That's why.
You mean Dances with Wolves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they couldn't hit him because that's basically how accurate the muskets were back then. Is like you could be right in front of somebody, they shoot it, that thing comes out and makes a hard left turn. It makes a hard right turn. The next one goes
One
up.
going up, one going down.
Like they never. If that ball wasn't exactly perfect,
Doing a change up,
Yeah.
straight.
it's like crazy how they came out of there. So
Yeah.
Speaking of the Civil War, you know what the crazy thing is? Who was actually an ally with Abraham Lincoln?
The who?
He was an ally, like a friend of his.
who was?
Who was?
The Tsar of Russia, believe it or not. During that time when it was the Russian Empire, he actually had ties with him, and the Russian government actually sent the Russian Navy to actually protect their borders on the coast of the Atlantic and the Pacific, because they're worried that the French and English would actually invade us during their conflict.
Really?
Because the Tsar was actually offered by France and England, like, if we intervene and you actually take in the resources from the Confederacy and all that,
Mhm.
the Russian Tsar said, no, I would not intervene. I'll let Abraham Lincoln has his conflict and have his issues resolved in this country. If you ever have intentions to ever intervene in this conflict, you'll be at war with the Russian Federation, Russian Empire. He literally told the French and England to back off.
Yeah, but England was arming the South.
Right.
They were arming the Native Americans. Like I didn't know all that, and their navy was going around down through the Gulf of Mexico, coming up through Louisiana. They were building forts and they were training Native Americans on weapons, which I never knew that. I was like, wow, I was so surprised. Like I didn't know they were funding the South. They're still mad. They're still mad. They're still mad from 100 years earlier.
But yeah, we had Russians in America that were actually supporting us during the time.
That's funny. Like, how long do you hold a grudge at England that from 100 years? We're still mad. We're still mad at you. Now we want you to lose. I don't know what they thought they would gain by helping the South win.
I don't know.
They continue the slave trade, I guess. That's probably what it was, because I think England got rich off the slave trade as well.
No, because England outlawed slaves.
That does not mean they weren't involved in the slave trade. The CIA is against drugs, but the CIA is funded by drugs, right? I mean, so
True.
I think England was doing well off the slave trade. I think that's probably why they wanted to keep proliferating it, because they couldn't trade slaves in England anymore, and the slave traders would be like, we can still sell a bunch of slaves to the U.S. That's fine.
It was always about cotton.
Yeah, cotton.
Yeah, plus England probably needed cotton. They wanted cotton.
Cotton Eye Joe.
And probably wanted to control the price on it.
Just like a show I was watching about beaver pelts or whatever. The Hudson Bay Company was a big English thing
Really?
in Canada.
Really? So they came here to get beaver pelts and trade.
Yeah,
I mean,
they were still up there even after the Revolutionary War. They were still doing.
fur trading was huge back then.
Yeah, fur trading.
Fur trading and spices. It's unbelievable. Like the whole India Spice Company.
Which is English.
Yeah, they're like became super wealthy. Like they controlled the whole economy based on spices. I think it was just because food was so horrible. People were like, please God, we boiled everything for the last 4 hours. Please God, give us some spice so it actually has some taste or some flavor. I can't imagine like how bad all food was back
We
then.
need a little more pepper.
Right. We're eating this yak meat. I need some pepper, some saffron or sage to make it taste like something. Anything at all. Johnny, we're interrupting at all. We're trying to get you on. I'm sorry we couldn't.
Sorry,
make it
we couldn't
work.
get you to work on.
Oh, that was Warsaw Patriot. You're good. You're good.
Oh, who was that?
Oh, that was Warsaw.
Horse. Oh, is he?
He's fine. You're good. He's
Oh.
on. You muted him.
No, I didn't.
Mike says mute.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Maybe he muted.
He muted. Yeah.
Press on mute. There it is. They're back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I was the
Cool.
guy backstage.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
I don't
was-
know what the heck happened there.
It's craziness.
Yeah.
We're learning.
All right, Warsaw, we're gonna start wrapping things up.
Thank you guys
So,
all
hey,
for
thank
joining
you
us
for
today.
joining us.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having
anytime,
thanks
man.
for jumping on, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Have a good one.
Looks like
You too.
eight
Bye.
phones froze, so I don't know what's going on there. Or my
No,
phone is.
it's still on there.
Thank you guys all for joining us. You guys have a great week. I don't know how you got backstage. That's
I
pretty
don't know either.
We will see you guys again.
If we was going backstage, we should have put him in the blue room or green room.
There we go.
Right?
I don't know that I'll be here next Saturday, but I'll be out at Fox Valley Gun Range
Oh,
in
yeah, that's
Elgin doing another demo day. So come out there and join us. 10 to 1 again there on Saturday.
Brian will be there. I'll be here at the shop.
Yep. Come out there, join me. Come get free samples of coffee. Go shoot. They were stocked with guns last time I was there. So if you're looking for a
Guns,
gun,
ammo.
they have plenty there. They have a really nice range. There.
Don't forget Amazon. You can get our coffee there. You can get
free shipping for Prime members.
Yep.
Oh, Mammoth
Mammoth
Nation,
Nation.
too. Like woollymammothnation.com.
Yep.
And
It's an
you'll see
Amazon for
we have a
conservatives.
special code on there that gives you a bigger discount than we give out to the normal public. So go take a look at that. Pretty awesome.
and if you like to order the coffee directly from us, GBC10 will save you 10%.
Go check out Hometown Trinity Heroes. John put his link up there.
Yeah.
Does great work supporting veterans too.
Don didn't put his up there, but
Don, it's all right. You know they're in the shop here.
yeah.
You come down to the shop at 4 West Wilson and Batavia's the easiest ways to find us. We're right at the river and Wilson, which is the main drag through Batavia.
Yeah, you can't miss us.
Look
Well, you
for our
can miss
signs.
us, but you
You
look
don't
for our
miss all the
signs.
time, but look for our
Yeah.
signs. We're in the basement on the backside of 4 West Wilson.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Have a
we
great week.
will see you next weekend.